get a hammer.
You got
I get a gavel.
Meeting there in the works.
4:01, you're live.
Okay, clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Chair Mercy?
Here.
Commissioner Livermore? Commissioner Nikki Toby? Commissioner Hartley?
Here.
Commissioner Boschnick? Councilmember Harrington?
Yes.
Thank you. So we only have 4 items today, and the first one is old business. And at our June meeting, we considered the appeal of both electrical and sprinkler inspections for 222 Main Street. And we were assured by the owner, Mr. Tomeno, that he would get an engineer to certify that his inspections had been done or that were correct, and we haven't heard a word from him since then.
So I talked to him yesterday,
Yes.
and he's unable to get, as of this time, he's unable to get an engineer that's willing to stamp it. But it seemed like, just from the conversation I had, we talked for about 20 minutes, he has a problem with the certification level that we require. Steve and I have talked about that before. It's a very specific certification. It's almost an engineering certification. We may look at changing that certification in the future to mirror a test that you have to take that's recognized by the international code as being competent in sprinkler systems. But that's something we're just looking at down the road.
It's my understanding that he also was taking advantage of our motion at the last meeting, which said we would table it until he gets an engineer, and now it's June, July, August, now we're into September, and he just didn't get an engineer. Now, whether he's had trouble getting an engineer or whether he doesn't want to pay for a new inspection by someone who is qualified, we don't know, but we still are 4 months into not.
Did he
So-
contact your office, or did you?
No, I contacted him and I said,
So he could have said, I'm having trouble getting an engineer, and contacted you, but he didn't.
so what happened was, we had an inspection of his building a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And Chris and I were there, and I said, by the way, are you working on your sprinkler inspection? He's like, yeah, I'm trying to work on that. It's in the works. And I thought at that inspection, I said, okay, because the board's going to want to see that. And I said, just so you know. And then this meeting came closer and closer, no word. I called him, and I said, you're going to be heard again. Are you going to be at this meeting? And he said, well, no, I've got health things.
Yeah.
But then he went into, I actually don't agree with your certification process. So it almost sounds like he wants the code to change and then address the appeal.
Yeah,
Maybe.
and I also, John sent me an email about this conversation that he had and said he quoted our motion from the June meeting saying, well, it said we're going to table it until you get an engineer, and so I haven't got an engineer, so there you go. And I think we need to be more specific. So I would like to make a fresh motion that he has 30 days in which to show us his inspection is correct, or the administrative fee will stand.
Can we word it that we will put it on the agenda for our next meeting to deal with?
So it'll be kind of
It's the same thing.
do or die for
Yeah.
the next meeting.
Let him know this is the next meeting we're gonna do this.
Yeah, that's right. And
Which is 30 days, but I think it sounds a little more forceful if we say the consequence is if you're not here, you may get denied. I'll second whatever motion that is.
And
So 30 days is after your October meeting,
is actually our October meeting.
is after.
Oh, it's after.
So you'd be giving him until November with that motion.
So how,
I would put the motion to, he has till the October meeting.
Till the
So-
October meeting,
so we just say for the, what date is it?
October 2nd.
October 2nd meeting. So we would like him to submit the paperwork by our October meeting in order to meet the requirements of the code.
Yeah.
That would be my motion, and let me review that for Ari, thank you for coming. We're talking about 222 Main Street, and in June, Mr. Tomeno was here and said that he would have an engineer certify his sprinkler inspection that had already taken place, so that a correct person would be certifying it, and he hasn't done that. So that's June, July, August, now we're into September. And he had a conversation just yesterday, day before yesterday, yesterday with John, and he said, well, the board said we'd hold it until he gets an engineer. Well, I've got an engineer, so I don't have to pay it. And I think that's taking advantage of us. We assumed, I think, when he made that statement that he would do it, that he meant right away, instead of, oh, well, I have all the time in the world. So we're making a motion to give him a deadline so that it will be done.
In addition to that, I would state that we should also learn from that lesson so that we don't make them assume what we are not saying. So if we are deciding on a vote or giving a decision, we should tie the knot and say this is specifically. So no
It
one
was
comes
entirely
in the
my,
future and says, oh, we assume the board said this when we didn't make so. If we,
I agree with you. It was entirely my fault in not being more specific, assuming that we were doing
you're
this in
not
good
working
faith.
alone, so it's entirely
know.
our fault.
So,
I think I voted against it.
Okay, so I would take responsibility as you do,
Okay.
and you're.
so we have another issue with Mr. Tomeno, and that is his electrical inspection. Is that the same? He had it done by a non-electrical inspector.
We have a motion on the floor. I
Oh,
just
we
need-
have a motion.
Yeah, I don't have a second
Okay.
for that yet.
Okay.
I'll second.
Will you
Thank you.
second it? Okay, well, let's take care of this is for the sprinkler inspection. Invoice 2023-0819. So this is only covering that, and the motion is on the floor.
You ready for vote? Okay. Chair Merton?
Yes,
Commissioner Livermore?
Yes.
Commissioner Nicky-Toby?
Yes.
Commissioner Hartley?
Yeah.
thank you. So now we're on the electrical inspection.
Look that up here. I forgot he was appealing that one too. Let's see.
And his appeal reads,
Is that address 218? Is that what you're looking at, Mark?
this is for 222. No, that's sprinkler. Yeah. He's given us nothing for electrical inspection. So have you gotten anything for electrical inspection from him?
To answer your, there's a document for 216 Main Street
Let me see.
with, it's Tomeno, it's not tomato. I'm not sure this is the right document, but there is, it's a
I
different.
think
address.
that's all sprinkler.
Is that, so he's got more than one address.
Oh, well, here's the electrical inspection, you're right.
I have it here, Joe.
And this was,
Invoice is 23-822.
yeah,
222, 24.
oh yeah, that, he didn't get it in for a year. So no, the electrical inspection was definitely a year late. And I'll pass you the It was received by the Code Enforcement Office in October of 2024, and it was due in November of 2023.
So he was a year late.
Okay, so I make a motion that we deny the appeal for the electrical inspection number 2023-0822.
I'll second.
Any further discussion?
Ready? Chair Mertzick,
Yes.
Commissioner Livermore,
Yes.
Commissioner Nakatobi, Commissioner Hartley.
Yes.
Okay, so our next item is the Townhouse Motel, which is 318 Main Street. And we've been asked to do a unsafe for it, and I will let John tell you a little bit about it. But here is something very, very unique about this property. As you know, it's behind the Masonic Lodge. Half of the townhouse is owned by the Masonic Lodge, and half of the townhouse is owned by a separate individual. The Masonic Lodge has been trying to buy back the townhouse, but they have been unsuccessful. So this is for the section of the Townhouse Motel that is
Unsafe.
on the far side, parallel, no,
Closest to
perpendicular
Grand
to
Street.
the,
Grand Street.
to Grand Street. So the one that is perpendicular to Grand Street. So give us a little background.
So we have an unsafe declaration on that parcel. Yep.
Before you go ahead, I just want to say that I would like to move the motion because as the chair of the Community Police Board, I am very much aware of the security and quote-unquote criminal activities in that respect, and it's very unsafe for our high school and elementary school students, very unsafe. And as a matter of fact, by data available to me by virtue of my research on criminal justice in the city, a lot of the homeless people would like to go there, and they are even taking children there, and a lot of drugs being, in that place. So, in addition, before you go, I'd like to skip the body, the bucket, and say I want to make a motion to declare that based on personal knowledge. I haven't visited the place myself 4 years ago. It's very unsafe and criminal base for drug dealing.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons we declared it unsafe several years ago, and we ordered it vacated, and it apparently has been vacated. However, let's let John, because we aren't going to change the unsafe, in my estimation. You all get to vote. But there is an issue with the securing of the property that has arisen that is troublesome. So,
Again, we have a party that's pretty much unwilling to maintain the property. And there's a fence there. There's another parcel that you have to cross through to get there. So if we sent our guy Levi, which is not with us anymore, but if we sent him in there, he would either have to go through the fence where somebody has cut the fence, or he'd have to enter from the parcel on this side and start picking up stuff, secure the fence, mow the grass. So anytime we're looking at accessing a parcel like that, we need the board to direct us to.
The part that you can't access is owned by the Masonic Lodge, is that what you're talking about?
We can go through there. So there's two parcels.
There's, the Masonic Lodge is on Main Street, that's the Main Street.
Main Street,
And the other parcel is not.
right?
It's Grand
So
Street.
there's a driveway that enters onto the Masonic Lodge parcel to get to the other parcel. This parcel is gated off, totally gated off.
So the Masonic Lodge people gated that off or somebody.
Probably maybe Alan John, or or
You're
the
showing,
Masonic Lodge.
there is a
Yeah.
overhead of the parcel, and
I used to
maybe,
work
John,
on-
you would like to go up and just touch the screen and show us where the issues are?
That's just one.
This helps us a lot.
Sorry.
So this is the parcel over here, Alan Johns. This section, actually, it is this section. It's just this section. There's no access to it besides going through this parcel. This is all gated off, all of this. Somebody's cut a hole in the fence right here on this side. And there's trash back here, there's 2 feet of grass back here. The fence itself has been snipped through. So, people are just going in there. But in order for the city to go in there and start cleaning, go beyond the fence, repair the fence, we're looking for an order from you guys to do that.
So repairing the fence and giving you access to that section, possibly putting a locked gate in so that you can have access or others, but the general public, leave it up there if you don't mind.
Oh,
So the Masonic Lodge people have a gate on Main Street then?
No, theirs is open on their side.
Oh, okay. But you can't legally go through there.
Well, I can ask them, they would give me permission to. It's just that if we're accessing somebody's parcel via somebody else's or
Do we have
repairing the
jurisdiction
fence.
to do that?
What's that?
Do we have jurisdiction to do that? Because this is
You can
private,
order it.
this is private property.
It's
The
unsafe.
code
That's
gives
what
us-
we get to give you.
The code gives us that,
They give us that right to order it done by our people rather than ordering the owner to do it, which he isn't doing. So originally, we ordered the owner to do it. Now our order would be to give the code enforcement office permission to go on the property as official representatives of the city of Oneonta.
through the owner's property.
Yes, yes. That's what John is asking for. So specifically, what would you like how would you like us to give you that access other than just giving you permission?
Well, I think I need a specific, so the access, I can probably obtain that. But in order to mow the grass, remove trash that accumulates, and repair a fence,
We'll have to hire a contractor.
right?
That's part of it. We need an itemized list of things, so we can hire a contractor.
What you need is that we have to declare it unsafe and it needs to be fixed.
It's already declared
So
unsafe.
it's gonna-
But it needs to be now fixed,
And yes, and
Secured.
maintained.
secured and maintained.
So that's what we need to give them permission to do by a new order and authorize them to actually do these changes to the property, like the new fence, that will improve the security so that homeless people can't break into the windows of the townhouse and go in there and,
So is
and,
that the motion then?
let's
I
see,
think
the motion
should be
is,
pursuant to our previous motion declaring the place unsafe, we now make another motion that it be repaired and.
Needs to be
and-
secured.
It's secured and repaired and access be granted by the owner's property at,
you may
convenient
make
time.
that motion. I think you just did. Good for you.
I so make the motion.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. Further comments?
I don't think so. I think if we get it secured, that's gonna solve a lot of
Right.
problems.
Clean up, secure, fence
The
especially.
owner would not oppose, you don't think?
What's that?
The owner would not object to.
He may object.
That's it. So if the owner objects, what do we do?
Well,
Do we
we
rewrite the?
we have the legal right to require that access because our code says properties have to be maintained, secure. We already ordered it secured, so this only gives them permission to spend money to secure it. So this is a legal authorization, and that's what he's asking for.
In the interest of public safety, we put it
Yeah.
as a reason, in the interest of public safety and security.
Thank you. So further discussion.
Chair Mertic?
Yes.
Commissioner Livermore?
Yes.
Commissioner Nikki Commissioner Hartley?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. Now we go on to our appeal of administrative fees for 3 Spruce Street. The Donna Williams Trust, which is located in Philadelphia, has failed to get inspections for the property at 3 Spruce Avenue since March of 2024. And they haven't submitted anything, including their property certificate, or their local agent, or property use certification.
We've got a property use form that was submitted in '24.
Is the building, is it occupied?
It's occupied, and Steve reminded me, we got a Child Protective Services call, complaint about the building. I guess they went into the building, they were concerned. We went out and actually did an inspection. There's hoarding conditions there, it's hard to move around, there's property maintenance, fire safety throughout. And I gave a report to the owner called and he was like, I have all these things on the list. So he's appealing our requirements for heating, electrical, and should be another one in there, various electrical violations that were found, but he hasn't met those. So typically we invoice you first, then you have the chance to appeal. But this is almost like he's appealing the requirement itself. But it's not written on there, so there's really no appeal there.
And we have the invoices, which are covered, and we have well, he called you, so mailing certification. There is one issue here that is a little complicated. So I would like to make a motion to deny all of these appeals, electrical, local agent, property use certification, and smoke and heat detectors, because he has not submitted any of those, and put aside for a moment the heating inspection. So my motion is to deny electrical, local agent, property use, and smoke and heat detectors.
Why are you passing up on the heating inspection?
Because he had a new furnace put in.
Oh,
And if you will put up with my thinking, if we can take care of the others, then we can talk about the heating inspection.
today.
Okay, so
Okay.
I make that motion, and you seconded it, Charles?
All right.
Yes, thank
You
you.
want to second anything?
I'll see.
Oh, okay. Yes,
I couldn't read this before, but I'm trying to. Got all the documents together.
Covers were replaced, smoke alarms were replaced, and preliminary inspection was installed.
I mean, his
Okay, and
appeal,
He doesn't give any receipt of all of those things that are, okay. Oh, we have the.
She wants to talk about that.
I mean, his appeal and the things that he sent really don't appeal.
correspond.
No, I mean, they don't appeal. But the heating is a little more complicated, so if you would go with me for the other ones, because he didn't specify anything that we did wrong. He didn't show us when he sent it in. We have nothing except that he says the electrical outlets were replaced, the smart alarms were replaced, and the boiler was installed.
There's no proof of what has been
No,
raised, which is what I'm.
none.
I said, I'll vote on it.
So if, let's, let's vote on the four, and then I'll tell you a little bit about the heating.
Chair Mansik?
Yes.
Commissioner Livermore?
Yes.
Commissioner Nicky Yes. Commissioner Hartley?
Yes.
Okay, so heating. If you look at, you see this is his appeal. The next page shows that he had installed a new heating system from Maravido. And the second page of that, the flip side, is new furnace connect to existing warm and return air plenums, connect to existing electrical install switch, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so he has a new furnace. And we provide in our code that if you have a new furnace, you have a period of time before you need a new inspection.
What's the period of time?
But, since he didn't tell us about it, he only told us about it now, we have no idea whether it was actually installed by a certified person. It was installed by Maravido. I've been in communication with Maravido. They haven't yet given me the installer who needs to be a licensed plumber. So I don't know about this one, and so I'd like to table his heating appeal until we can get clarification from Maravido as to who the person is.
That installation?
No.
So there you go. So it was installed in.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna be in trouble because he didn't tell you about the new furnace.
But
But,
let's give him an opportunity to defend himself.
but
So
I,
tabling
but
it will
I
be-
think we can wait on this
Yeah,
one.
tabling it will be in order.
I'm not sure, why are we waiting? We're waiting for you to do all the groundwork that he should be doing.
Well, I mean.
No,
He
you-
should be doing it, but he
Well-
doesn't, he's in Philadelphia, he doesn't know who installed it, Maravido did.
Well, I think we went through this before when you were gonna vote me into mayor. It's not our job, it's his job. If he said, somebody paid for it to be moved in. When I pay somebody to put in a furnace, I know who it does. So this guy is either playing dumb or he is dumb.
All right, well,
And it
how
doesn't
about
matter
if,
if he's in Philadelphia or not. I think we ought to close the case and deny his appeal on the furnace.
I hear what you're saying. So how about if we send him a letter tomorrow saying, we didn't approve your others because you haven't filed them, but please tell us who your plumber was who put in the new furnace by October 2nd.
Maybe he could provide us with the building permit and also point out that he has to certify.
He didn't get that either.
Well, I'm sorry.
I mean, he's gonna get fined for that, and that won't come to us.
Well, good.
So,
So what's gonna come to us is we're gonna have to do a lot of groundwork for him.
That's
Well-
that's part of what we are a public,
service board.
so we're gonna
Yeah.
serve him one.
Yeah, I mean,
We
No,
serve the
that's-
city, we
no,
serve the
that's
public.
not our job.
I think
However
should
we
chair
get
at my
the-
discretion, I would abide this.
However we get the information, let's table it until we find out until next meeting. If we can't find out by next meeting,
Then we take
Let's
it.
not table until we find out, because that could be forever.
No, she's giving him a date till October 2nd.
we're doing our best, and he has the responsibility,
I don't
but,
think so, but I'll vote anyway.
So the
just a
permit-
minute. What? Oh,
May I ask,
yes.
if he didn't get the proper permit to have the work done?
No, he didn't, but that's out of our,
No, I'm asking, why should any consideration be made if he didn't follow the rules right from the
There are receipts here that.
okay, that's a good question, John. What happens if he doesn't get a plumbing permit?
Well, so we don't know, first of all, that he puts a new system in. So there's one thing. We didn't do an inspection of it. He's gonna get a late fee if he ever submits a permit. We may never get a permit from him, which I suspect I'm just saying, code enforcement makes you doubtful. We may not get a plumbing permit for this system ever. So then, once he pulls this plumbing permit, I have to find out if this guy was even licensed at the time. If
Which is kind of
Maravido
step
comes
one.
back and says he wasn't licensed, he has to hire a licensed plumber to go over and inspect and take liability for that unit,
Meanwhile, they're fined for
pull
this.
the permit. So it's quite a process which
Can-
might not ever happen.
Can somebody?
Right, but-
Can somebody send him a letter with that process?
Which is what would include in the letter that she's already going to send. We didn't
Well, I
know.
don't know.
I mean, he's already going to get in trouble for not having a plumbing permit, and that's totally outside our jurisdiction. This is, and I just asked for 1 month so we could find out a little bit more about what's happened. Because if he did have a licensed plumber, why didn't the plumber ask for a plumbing permit? He would have known that, right? But we don't know.
I think you're just allowing him to be negligent for 1 more month.
So I would entertain a motion to table the heating
I'll move it.
appeal until next meeting.
I would move a motion that we would appeal, we'll table the matter for the next meeting and just give him the benefit of doubt, even though we are already speculating that he doesn't have the permit, but let's give him the benefit of doubt for him to justify this
Yeah.
till October 7th, before October 7th.
That's great. That's exactly what we need. Okay, so we have a motion on the floor. I will second it, since this is my idea. And we'll go ahead and vote.
Chair Martin,
Yes.
Commissioner Livermore,
Yes.
Commissioner Nikki Tobey,
Yes.
Commissioner Hartley.
No.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, our last item is Melody Village. And Ginny,
But we've heard this property is now unsafe. Is that
It's-
what we're,
It's not declared unsafe.
not,
It-
so when are we gonna declare it unsafe?
I think I would have to go, so when I looked at the property, again, unsafe declaration is unsafe, that's where we say it's unsafe.
Yeah.
I don't know that it met the criteria for unsafe, it was very close.
Okay.
I haven't been there in a while. Each time I have to reach out to Mr. Williams, it's very difficult to coordinate and get
That's
in.
his problem.
That's his problem, right?
You mentioned Child Protective Services, is that correct?
Right, so they'll usually place a call to us, and then they will close a case without telling us. And we would have to follow up with them, and I've gone down that road before, and they're like, well, you have to appeal our decision to the state, if we think it's an unsafe condition and they didn't find that. But, to answer your question, I'd be interested to see it again soon. Especially since he's appealing, if I could even get in there before the next board meeting.
That would be good, yeah. If it's unsafe, now, has Child Protective Services contacted you, or is this just a rumor?
Well, they did initially.
Okay,
They did initially, and I went over with 2 caseworkers.
so they think something might be wrong?
I think they got a report, and then when I realized it's an older child.
Yeah.
Actually, they do have younger children, but I think the report was for the older child in the building. But yeah, they don't follow up with us, and again, I'm sure they probably closed the case by now. But then again, they don't give us a lot of details as far as what the actual complaint is. They're just like, we want to.
So you don't have enough evidence to come to us to say that it's unsafe yet?
Not now.
Okay,
2 weeks from now, if I get into the building, potentially.
okay.
Yeah.
so maybe our next meeting, but we,
Well, we're gonna have a good next meeting, aren't we? Thank you.
all right, let's move on to Melody Village. Ginny, would you like to tell us a little bit about Melody Village?
Sure.
And you all know where this is. It's out by the DOT headquarters, out on Oneida, past Oneida Street on Route 7.
Right past exit 15, I believe it is. What I very much, I didn't bring everything upstairs with me, but, the owners, previous owners, had an appeal for a large leak. They did a lot of work, they moved the trailers around and things like that. Supposedly they got, repaired. The board denied their appeal at that time, they put them on a payment plan, and they were
have provided for you is a month-by-month chart showing their usage. So in January, they used 150,000 gallons. In February, just slightly less than that, about 140. In March, again, a little less than that. And then back up in April to 150, about the same in May. And then it shot up to over 200,000 gallons and 250 in July. They are on a quarterly billing. So what, monthly? Oh, they're on a monthly. Okay, so he is asking for relief for June, for my bill date, for the usage in June and May. And the problem is that there's no demonstration at all. In fact, he admits that he used the water. He's asking because it's a hardship. And I think in this case, we can certainly waive the penalties and send it to a payment structure with the finance office. But that's about all we can do.
We can't adjust it?
Well, on what basis? He's saying he used the water.
He said the water was used before he took over the property, so
Well,
it doesn't matter.
that was paid. Go ahead.
When a property changes hands, a reading will be taken by the lawyers for at the closing, and then there'll be adjustments between the seller and the buyer. And then also, I just wanted to add, we just did the August billings, and they're billing way down because they did repair things.
Okay.
Right, so the previous owners was paid for at the closing, or we were made whole.
Well, they should have been. I don't have the closing papers in front of me, but they should have been.
Right, but we were made whole at that
What was
point.
the date of,
So this is all for him.
what was the date of?
Oh, that I'm not sure, I have to go
But
look that up.
it's not like between May and June.
No.
Okay.
So the link adjustment has already been made based on the August.
For the previous
So
owner.
it's already been made, that's already been overtaken.
Yeah, and now we have a new owner who also found that he has a big leak, which has been repaired. At this point, he received a high card in January, in February, in March, in April, in May, June, and July. He received excess water consumption all of those months from our water department. And as he says, he had it worked on, and now it's repaired,
Is this-
hopefully for a
this-
period of time.
This is the place we had a couple of years ago where they had freezing pipes underneath the mobile homes. And-
Yeah, well, apparently they got a new leak.
And then in addition to that, well, the people who do have the mobile homes, they're afraid they're gonna get freezing pipes, so they turn the water on all night long and run a whole lot more water. Is that the case I remember? He had
Yeah.
lots of water because he was in want the
I-
pipes to freeze, and lots of water because the pipes did freeze.
I don't see that we can make any adjustment,
No.
honestly.
Someone
And
has
he's,
to figure out
he's,
how to stop
he's
it.
admitting that the leak was there. So, but I think we can offer him a payment plan and eliminate all penalties. In fact, so let's act on that, if you feel comfortable doing that. And then I want to talk a little bit about a conversation Ginny and I had about that very subject. So,
Now, why do we eliminate the penalties?
so it would be,
We're
we
limiting the penalties.
deny his appeal.
We're not limiting it, we're not giving it penalties.
Wait,
But we
you
will-
But you said you're not gonna give them penalties.
Yeah.
We
What is the
waive the
argument then?
payment, the late fee penalty.
Why not?
Well, because he's gonna be on a payment plan.
Oh.
And it should, she'll put him on a payment plan, and then he'll pay bit by bit. And to add 2%, 10% every month that he's late is onerous, and we mostly want it
Okay, so
paid.
the late fee penalties are
It
starting.
would be the late
now.
payment fee. It wouldn't be, it would,
Okay,
yeah, that's the penalty. I make that motion. Will I have a second? Okay, Phil, thank you. Any further discussion?
Chair Merkley?
Yes.
Commissioner Livermore?
Yes.
Commissioner Nikki Toby? Yes. Commissioner Harley?
Yes.
Okay, so Ginny and I had a conversation about these very situations where someone comes in with a very large water bill and they request a payment plan, but there are also penalties involved. And whether we want to make it a policy of ours to work with the people and not add, unless they're late on their payment, not add an additional penalty because we've spread the payments out. I mean, I think that's a fair way of doing it, and only if they're late in their payment do we add a penalty for a late payment.
So, okay, let me make this, the penalty you're talking about is you haven't paid the full amount today.
By a certain
You're
date,
gonna do it in a year from now, and there's a penalty because you're late payment.
because you're late.
That-
Because it's a
yeah,
late,
I
it's a
agree,
late
that
fee.
sounds a little-
It's more like a late fee. So I'm letting you know that, that Ginny's doing that. I don't think we need to do anything more about that. I'm just letting you know that we had this conversation. And finally, if you guys from Code have anything more for us?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. This one's easy. So there's no letter for this. This is last minute. We need to
okay.
probably declare a building unsafe. So we have 142 East Street. Denise Michelson passed away.
What is the address again?
142 East.
Oh, East.
So we had,
Oh, Denise.
yeah, she passed away. We got word that there were transients moving into the building that were not secured. It's not secured.
She doesn't have family?
She does have family, but they do not have ownership of the property. I guess there's a concerned daughter that lives in Florida. And then there is a son who stayed in there briefly. We don't think he's in there right now. I don't believe.
I believe he's in rehab right now.
Okay.
But he's left a bunch of random people
How,
who are now living.
how long ago did she pass away?
Couple months.
Yeah, maybe a couple
No,
months ago. Yeah.
No.
Was it?
A year.
Yeah, it's been a
That
year since
long?
that's when I ran the plate.
Oh, wow.
They
So
actually-
that house has been occupied by strangers.
There's no will,
Right.
so
It's
there's.
going to be a long process to get a letter of administration and all of that. Yeah.
So, anyway, I had two separate photos. So we had somebody come into our office who complained about the conditions there. We already knew about it. I've been watching this place. I've gone there 3 separate times. The last time we went with the police department. We tried to knock on the door. There are clearly people inside. They never answered the door. We have garbage outside on the front. We have a abandoned vehicle. We have garbage piling up on the rear side of the property. The story I heard was they'll cross through, there's a hill, so the
Yes.
field there, they'll go up that hill, access the rear of the property, and come out the same way. And I guess at one point, Oneonta, the maintenance workers, noticed that they had messed around with the electrical panel behind there, and they said we've been seeing people come back and forth and back and forth. So there's a number of people in that building,
That's still middle school, high school.
but
Sad.
we were able to get, so the concerned daughter was able to get a video of the interior of the building. And of course, this is in the beginning, this was August 6th.
So,
There has been just more trash accumulating. But these are the few pictures that I have.
Can you
which I can
project it?
show.
Are they in the P drive?
They are not in the P drive. This is an email. I'd have to say.
You want to forward it to
well,
me?
how about if
Yeah,
you bring
yeah, yeah.
how about if you bring it over here so we can all see it?
He can
Well,
forward it,
that's
and
what
then
I'll
I'm gonna
forward
put
it
it
to her.
right
Okay.
up on the
All right,
screen.
good.
I don't need this.
Good.
Well, let me ask a question. So there's a daughter that's been at the property?
Yes.
It's not, you know,
I mean, I don't
understand
know
there's-
why the police can't take care of this,
I
but
don't understand either what, the daughter should claim there's nobody supposed to be living there.
So we
Call-
have that. Steve Foyer has told us that no one should legally be occupying the building. Our intent is we would get a warrant from the court to go to the property, board up the windows, essentially do what we've done on 44 Tabby, Freeville Place, all the other places like this.
That's in
No.
the front. This is
Oh,
down
dear.
bigger.
Oh,
Please
that's so
can't do it.
sad.
I mean,
It's the-
please don't board
I
up.
bet the Hunsbergers called you.
If somebody claims it's not occupied,
Oh, my
can't you
goodness.
call the
Okay,
police
so-
and have them come
Oh,
and
my goodness.
Right.
Take it, why don't you take that around and show it to the.
Did you hit send?
they can, they,
Carry this stuff.
Who knows whether
so
it's-
if I own a house, and I claim there's somebody in there illegally, the police can't.
This is the backside.
Here, the person that
This has
saying
gotten
there's not
bigger
supposed to be
and
someone
bigger,
in
it
there.
just keeps growing because there's no trash removal there. You can see they've taken out a screen, so they may.
Okay, what can we do here?
A window, maybe that's all.
There's
Mission.
I guess.
That's the front.
Someone comfortable is living there.
It's not 5 years.
This is the animal.
Are you sure the
right?
son doesn't
With the
just
dog
live
in
in
the
the
house.
house?
So he's in rehab. So
Sure
I
you
think
let
some of the
anyone in?
company that moved into the
Oh.
house with him.
Goodness.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking, that the
Okay,
son
so
doesn't-
here are the pictures.
Whoa.
This is very sad.
Oh, my goodness.
Should be.
And J, I guess EI and J. Here's the list. I might have more than one, just a second.
You can just read it to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll let
Okay,
Marjorie pick.
I would say
pick it.
EI and J.
I hate that.
And let me get to that section. Unsafe. Okay, so just based on the testimony of the code enforcement office, I would say that it qualifies for being called unsafe. Those which have become or are so dilapidated, decayed, unsafe, unsanitary, as to which utterly fail to provide the amenities essential to decent living, and they are unfit for human habitation or likely to cause sickness or disease so as to work injury to the health, moral safety, or general welfare of those living within. And then I, those which because of their condition are unsafe, unsanitary, or dangerous to the health, moral safety, or general welfare of the people of the city, or any building or structure, no, it can't do that. Those buildings existing in violation of any provision of Chapter 300 entitled zoning or any other provision of the code of the city of Oneonta. Those are the only ones that apply. It's not, there's
They
no,
don't specifically apply, that's it, just like a portion of them apply, that's the problem. I don't know if they,
will you pass that on just so that they can see it?
I don't see, any specific safety or security issues, other than the fact that people have trespassed, which should be something for the courts to do.
Yeah, and I think so too.
I don't think there's anything necessarily unsafe about this property, other than the fact that, we
I
have
think it's up to the,
that little dump at that side, and that dump could be someone doing a laundry that put stuff on the floor.
It's
There's
unsanitary.
nothing, it's unsanitary, yes, that's the only reason, but is that sufficient to give an order?
shall we?
Item E says or, they're all ors, it doesn't have to be all of these. If it's unsanitary, it qualifies for E.
But what's the specific unsanitary, what, other than that one picture that we saw, other than this one, is there anything else unsanitary?
All that garbage.
Yeah, I mean, there's household garbage collecting on the back, even on the exterior.
And I think if we declared unsafe based on one of the criteria
It's
and
still
order
okay.
it, the trash picked up outside, we've done a big service for the community. And the rest of it, I think the daughter has to take care of personally. We can order it vacated and cleaned up outside, and that would be, help her in her court case against getting these people out with the police.
Or it's secured. Vacated and secured.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think we can assist by cleaning it up outside, which is the neighbor's concern, and helping the daughter by putting the weight of the city behind her. So I would be amenable to declaring on the basis of the 3 sections that I mentioned to you, zoning, unsafe and unsanitary to the people of the city of Oneonta, and the ingress and egress. I would like to be able to secure this property on behalf of the daughter, just so that she can figure out what she's gonna do about about what's inside, because it's, I mean, that's her job to clean that up.
Yeah, we're not gonna clean the inside, but.
No,
right
but
now
the
what's
outside-
happening is people are breaking into this, they're going in and out of this building, essentially using the flop house.
Yeah, and if we could secure it, that would take care of some of the issues for the people of the city of Oneonta. So I will make and you don't need to go along with this, I understand this is a very tricky one. I make a motion that based on E, I, and J, that we declare this property unsafe. That's step 1, and then we'll do an order, that's step 2.
I'll second that.
Okay, thank you. Further discussion?
Chair Mertic?
Yes?
Commissioner Livermore?
Yes.
Commissioner Nikitobi?
Yes.
Commissioner Hartley?
Yes.
Okay, so follow-up to that is what we order, and I think we should order the property cleaned up immediately on the outside and secure it as much as it's possible with the help of the police so that no more people can go inside. And then we let the legal process take its toll. But we immediately clean it up and secure the back of the property so that people can't get in. Second?
I'll second it.
Okay,
Chair Mertic?
yep,
Commissioner Livermore?
Yes.
Commissioner Nikitobi? Commissioner Hartley?
Yes.
yes, thank you all. I think, is anything more?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have one, yes, dear.
Do I need a motion for the payment plans the current payment plans that I have, not charging penalties? Do I need?
You want that motion? Okay. I make a motion that in cooperation with the Finance Department, the Board of Public Service authorizes the Finance Department to waive late fees unless there is a late payment in the case of payment plans for water and sewer rents.
I second.
Okay, thank you. Further discussion?
Chair Mertic?
Yes.
Commissioner Livermore?
Yes.
Commissioner Nikitobi? Commissioner Hartley?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you all for being here. In January, I will no longer be on the board. I've been term limited, and I don't expect to be reinstated. So I want you to think about whether one of you would be willing to take over the chairmanship, and if so, whether you'd be willing to meet with me so we can go over a little bit about how I prepare. That's not something you need to act on now. I'm just giving you a little warning, and you can contact me or whatever. I'm sad to be leaving. I don't want to leave the board, but that's what term limits are all about. So,
So if nobody decides, because Pastor Phil would be someone I would nominate.
well, I'm not sure he wants it. He's kind of busy, but
If he
we'll
doesn't
see.
want it, this guy.
It's each individual person should search their
Now, you
schedule and decide whether they want to.
will be replaced by somebody.
I hope it's not you.
It,
No.
They'll-
In terms of a member of the board.
You're the-
there'll be a new member of the
There's a
board.
member.